The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Chofetz Chaim lived at the last time in history, in human history, where you could be very famous, a big celebrity, and no one knows what you look like. So, because in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, you didn't have in the Fruma communities cameras. It wasn't popular. It wasn't common. So the Chofetz Chaim, this was later in his life already. It was after he published Sfarim, and he would sell them. He would go and speak on the topics. Most Jews did not know what he looked like. There's actually one small video clip you could see on YouTube of the Chofetz Chaim for a few seconds.
That video just came out recently. They just found it in an archive of Fox News, but they didn't have that video. That's a new video.
So the Chofetz Chaim was once going to a place to teach and to sell some of his Sfarim. That was also his parnasa. He was on a train and he was going to, it was a big Jewish town or city. He was sitting next to another Yid. So they start to talk a little bit. The Chofetz Chaim asked the Yid next to him, where are you going? She says, you don't know that Tzaddik, the guy in the Gadol B'Yisrael, is going to this city and he's going to give a drasha about Miho Isha Chofetz Chaim. If you want to have a good life, you have to say L'Shem Chameirah, and it's going to be unbelievable. So it's a great privilege. It's very special. So the Chofetz Chaim looks at this Yid. The guy had no idea he was talking to the Chofetz Chaim. Chofetz Chaim says, I want to tell you something. I know the Chofetz Chaim. I met him personally. I know him. He's not the tzaddik you make him out to be. He's not the Gadol B'Yisrael. Yes, is it? So the guy flew into such a rage that this person was meraza the Torah and he didn't have proper covet with Hamidei Chachamim. After asking upon him, he should slap the Chofetz Chaim in the face. He said, how can you speak about a Gadol B'Yisrael? Boom! Chofetz Chaim just didn't respond. Fine. They go, the train stops. A few hours later, the Chofetz Chaim is giving the drasha. He's in the shul. This fellow comes walking in. He almost faints. He sees the Yid. He smacked in the train with the Chofetz Chaim. He wanted to bury himself on the spot. Anyways, when the Chofetz Chaim finished, he goes over and he starts to weep. He says, Mechila, Slicha, Kapara, I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry. I saw this person. So the Chofetz Chaim, with a twinkle in his eye, the Chofetz Chaim gave him a smile. He says, you have no reason to ask for Mechila. So the guy says, what do you mean I have no reason to ask for Mechila? So the Chofetz Chaim tells him, after all, it was my honor you were defending. You were defending my covenant. But then the Chofetz Chaim told him something very profound. The Chofetz Chaim told him, you actually taught me something today. He says, I wrote a whole sefer, and it was after he wrote Chofetz Chaim. He says, I wrote a whole sefer talking about Shmiras HaLashon and how we have to be careful about what we say, not to chas v'shalom hurt another Yid, pegay in somebody's covenant. And I wrote a whole sefer about not saying bad things about other people and not harming other people with our words. He said, today I learned we shouldn't say lashon hara about ourselves. We shouldn't say bad things about ourselves. You taught me that in a very memorable way, hands-on way. But what the Chofetz Chaim was saying was something deep. He wasn't just saying not to speak lashon hara about yourself. He was saying we can't say bad things about ourselves. We can't think bad thoughts about ourselves. If we say bad things, what the Chofetz Chaim, as I understand it, what the Chofetz Chaim was saying was that if we say bad things about ourselves, we think bad things about ourselves, then we're going to be hurt. Life's going to hurt us. It's going to be very painful. You can't, just like you can't harm another Yid chas v'shalom by saying lashon hara. Gemara says katla klas. Lashon hara kills, it has impact. And you can't say bad words about yourself, not out loud and not. So the way we think about ourselves, the words we say about ourselves in our own mind and out loud, either allow us to walk taller and happier or diminish us.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org